Alright lads, how you doing? Welcome back to Baggy TV, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing okay. I've been a little bit busy. That's the best way to describe it. I've been a little bit busy. In my personal life, there were a few things I needed to focus on and give some attention to. So as a result, I had to step away from YouTube for a couple of days. So if you guys missed me, I've missed you too. Anyway lads, in today's video I'm going to be talking about two main topics. Well, three. I'm going to be talking about Kai Havertz, I'm going to be talking about Benrahma, and I'm also going to be touching on the game against Crystal Palace because I didn't do a preview or a post-match review. So I'm going to be touching on that just a little bit as well in this video. So before we get into the video lads, most of my viewers are non-subscribers, which is crazy because I've got like 75% views from non-subscribers and only 25% views from subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, consider it. If you're a Chelsea fan, you might actually like this channel and the content. So while you're watching this video, think about it and consider it. Now let's jump into the video. So I'm going to start by talking about Kai Havertz and then I'll move on to Benrahma. Now Kai Havertz has made it very clear that he wants to join Chelsea. He's made it very clear. He's even put a condition onto his move to Chelsea. He wants to join Chelsea as long as he is guaranteed Champions League football next season. Now, you can take that whichever way you want, but me personally, I think it's a little bit silly on his behalf, personally, because the man is young, the man still has a long career ahead of him, and Chelsea is a club that is achieving things. It has been, and it will continue to do so in the future. Chelsea is a winning team. We win stuff. That's what we do. Chelsea is a club that wins. We are always aiming to get at least one trophy a season, and we've done that for a while, and we'll continue to do that. So Kai Havertz, putting that as a condition is a little bit silly because if we're not in the Champions League next season, which does look like we will be, but let's just say we don't make it, we're still in the Europa Cup, and if we don't get into the Champions League next season, we'll be there the season after. Chelsea is a big team, it's a big club. You're not moving to Arsenal, you're not moving to Tottenham, you're moving to Chelsea. You're moving to a club that will win things. You're moving to a club that will achieve things. So for him to put that condition, like I said, in my opinion, it's a little bit silly. That being said, Chelsea are looking to bid for Havertz, and it is looking like they're going to be bidding the asking price. That's what I'm reading right now. Chelsea are putting a big bid for Havertz, possibly the asking price, which is 100 million. Not sure how I feel about that, but you see, Real Madrid is on the case. Now, from what I read in the past, Real Madrid don't really have the finances to pay that amount of money, so they probably want to get him on a little bit cheaper. But to say Real Madrid doesn't have the finances is also a little bit of a silly statement. So I've read that Real Madrid may be having some financial issues and they may not be looking to make this bid at this price, etc, etc. They might try to move it down a little bit. I've read things like that. Whether or not they're true, I don't know, but personally, looking at the situation, Kai Havertz to move to Real Madrid now will be the biggest mistake that he can make in his career, because Real Madrid has an abundance of attacking players. Real Madrid has more attacking players than they know what to do with. So for him to make that move, if he wants to do it, go to Real Madrid, but you'll be losing out because coming to Chelsea is the best decision Kai Havertz can make at this stage in his career. That's the way I see it. So whether or not Kai Havertz will be coming, I don't know, but it does look like it's something that we're going to be pursuing aggressively. Chelsea are going to pursue Kai Havertz aggressively. And it is looking very likely that we will be paying that price. And I also believe Kai Havertz will be inclined to join Chelsea. So lads, this story has been coming and going and up and down all over the place recently. And I made a video a few days back with some misinformation. And for that I apologize, but there is so much information about Kai Havertz right now. There's so many sources talking about Kai Havertz right now. It's really hard to know what is concrete because there's so much of it right now. I, for one, would like to see this whole story come to some sort of conclusion. Personally, I'd like it to conclude with him signing for Chelsea, but you know what I'm saying. Now let's move on to the second story. Benrahma. I watched that live stream on Instagram yesterday. I watched it and I saw the comment. Congratulations on your move to Chelsea, my brother. I'm not translating 100%, but the gist of it was that congratulations on your move to Chelsea, my brother. And Said's reaction was somewhat muted. Now, I want to tell you guys something. I've been following this story with a lot of my Algerian friends. There is no doubt that Said Benrahma and his fan base would love to see Said Benrahma playing for Chelsea next season, instead of any of the other clubs out there that have been linked with Said Benrahma. Because Said Benrahma is not a player who doesn't have any option. No, he has a ton of options. There is a ton of clubs that are looking to sign Said Benrahma. But Said Benrahma, he has his heart set on Chelsea. From what I understand from the people I've talked to. The people who I've talked to tell me that Said Benrahma is interested and has his mind and heart set to play for Chelsea next season. So the fact that comment was made on Instagram by one of his mates, who's also a professional football player, could mean a whole bunch of things. It could be banter. You know, the man's trying to stitch him up live on air, on social media. You know, it could be mates do that to one another. You know, try to just have a laugh, stir up some hype. It could be. But I also know that there is actual interest in Said Benrahma. And there was talks reported in the past with his agent. And it was reported by people in the know. Algerian media sources, Algerian French media sources reported this a while ago, that Chelsea are in talks with the man. So whether or not Said Benrahma has signed for Chelsea, will be signing for Chelsea, is in talks with Chelsea, I really couldn't tell you. But what I can tell you is there is a lot of things happening in regards to this story that will make it virtually impossible just to be a rumor. And the position of Said and the place that he will be taken in the team and the role that he'll be offered in the team, it will be a vital one, lads. It will be a vital one, especially with the fact that we're going to have 5 subs next season. It means that having depth in your squad is going to be crucial. It's going to be a necessity for any club to succeed, is for them to have depth in their squad, because they will need to make those substitutions. They will need to have their team fresh. Do you understand what I'm saying, lads? So Said Benrahma coming to Chelsea for me is a must in regards to us moving forward up that pitch. Even if Willian does sign a contract, we're still going to need Said. Now, this is where I'm going to talk a little bit about the Crystal Palace game. The Crystal Palace game, it was a good victory, good 3 points, really happy with the result, but not really happy with the performance. You see, when I say not really happy with the performance, there were certain aspects of that game that I would rather not have happened. Our midfield in that game didn't really do the business like it should have done. Don't get me wrong, Mason Mount had a great game. Gilmour showed some of the attributes that he showed against Everton and Liverpool before the lockdown. He showed some of those attributes. Barkley had a good game, but as a whole, and I think Lampard even said this in his press conference, they were a little bit slow in their movement in regards to passing the ball, in regards to connecting, in regards to moving up that pitch. They were a little bit slow, and you can see that. It wasn't a poor performance by any means. No, it was a good performance because we got the result. Even Kepa redeemed himself. Personally, I thought Kepa was at fault for the first goal, the one with Saha, the blinder that Saha had. But it was only a blinder because Kepa couldn't keep it out, and he should have done. He should have done. Was he not focused enough? Was he not in the right position? Whatever reason it was, he didn't stop that ball from going to the back of the net, and he should have done. But he did redeem himself towards the end of the game. Literally in the last few minutes of the game, he redeemed himself. Kurt Zouma had a brilliant game. And I personally do not want to see Kurt Zouma getting sold next season. All this talks about him going to PSG and going to elsewhere, Tottenham, whatever, back to Everton. I don't want to see any of that. I want to see Kurt Zouma stay, because Kurt Zouma is one of those players that you will need to have at your disposal in regards to building a good defensive back line. Kurt Zouma is a very good player. He does need a little bit of coaching, a little bit of development, but he is a very, very talented player. Also, in regards to the attack, I was really pleased for Tammy Abraham to get his goal. Tammy Abraham scoring that goal, it would have done wonders for his morale, motivation, and his progression in the team. As a striker, you're tasked with scoring goals, and when you don't do that, when you don't bang them in, you feel like you're a waste of space. Tammy is a talented player who really had a bad situation when it came to his injury. He was injured and he wasn't given enough time to recover. Tammy Abraham played a bunch of games when he was still injured. Personally, I think that aggravated his injury. I think it aggravated a lot of things on top of his injury. When you're a striker and you're playing and you're injured and you don't score, you don't perform, that will have an impact on your motivation and your morale, and it did. So I'm really pleased for Tammy Abraham scoring that goal, and I'd hope that he can continue moving forward and getting back to his form, because when Tammy Abraham is on form, on point, he's a very dangerous striker. He does also need development and to improve, but that will happen in due course, in time. Remember, the lad is still young. The lad is just getting grips of the Premier League. We need to be patient with him, lads. We need to be patient with him. Anyway, lads, I'm back, and I'm back to making videos again. I'd really appreciate a like from you on this video. So support my channel, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'd appreciate that. Let's continue moving forward. Let's continue getting these points. Let's continue. Oh, that away kit. I forgot to talk about it. And I'm not going to. All I'm going to say is it's a very nice kit, and I'm just waiting to see what the third kit looks like. Anyway, lads, thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you for being here. I made it to the end. Thank you. I'll catch you in my next video, and peace out.